Well, it's Tuesday. What does Tuesday mean? It means the SmackDown preview sometimes. I don't know whether I'll get one out today. Probably not, just because I'm going to be tight for time, but I should be able to get a review out to you tomorrow. But what we always get on a Monday, or sorry, on a Tuesday afternoon, is a Monday Night Raw review, and today is no different. The 14th of February is today. Of course, yesterday was the 13th, and lucky for some, Raw producing a pretty decent show. We're going to go through, as always, in chronological order, everything that took place on Monday Night Raw, including a few moments that made me very, very happy. Others that made me quite depressed. It's the story of Raw, and I think it's always gonna kind of be like that for the simple fact that it's a 3-hour show, and to have everything work 100% is almost impossible. But yeah, let's get right into Monday Night Raw then, and let's start reviewing what was, I think, a pretty decent show. Solid show from Raw, and it continues. It continues that trend of solid shows on Monday Night Raw. And I think we had we had some great moments. We had some moments that would stick out in the mind. Yes, there was some filler, which of course there's going to have to be. But it really was a roller coaster of emotions as Raw. And the road to WrestleMania went right through Las Vegas, Nevada. And we saw some pretty decent action. So, how do we start? We had Stephanie come out and open the show. And then, I can't remember what she said, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. But she came out and she opened the show. What did she actually say? Other than the fact that Mick Foley he's gone. He's not here tonight. He's having the night off or the week off. I think that's pretty much it. So pretty irrelevant. And then Roman Reigns' music hits. And he just depresses me, Roman Reigns, at the moment. I'm not going to lie. He just depresses me. And I think he was kind of asking for Strowman tonight. And Stephanie, of course, didn't give Roman Reigns what he wanted. And out come the club, the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions. A little bit of a surprise, a little bit of a switch up. Don't mind that. Out came the Raw Tag Team Champions. I'm currently staring at myself in the telly. And it's a beautiful, beautiful sight. Anyway, it's completely irrelevant. You can see I'm in quite a good mood today. I don't know why. But it's good. Sometimes I'm in a good mood, most of the time I'm in a bad mood. Like 99% of the time I'm in a bad mood, today I'm in a good mood. So that's good. Kind of. Anyway, let's move on. I don't want to talk like twat, but anyway. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, they came out. And they said, Roman, you want to fight tonight? You're looking straight at it. We want a 2-on-1 handicap match. And of course, Stephanie McMahon gave them what they wanted and exactly what Roman Reigns, and he called him Roman Rape because I've been watching. Hang on, is he called Roman Rape on Grimm's Toy Show? Or is he called something else? I haven't watched it so... I believe he's called Roman Rape, and then Seth Rollins, and... Anyway, completely going off topic. But yeah, so basically, that was it. But as Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson started to walk down, bang, Roman Reigns hit him. You know, what a heel. That's all I can say. That's something a heel would do. But anyway, they got a handicap match the second in 2 nights. And the outcome, not the same. I was really worried about this match. I thought to myself, for fuck's sake, we are going to have Roman Reigns go over the fucking tag champs and make them look dumb. And although they didn't win, they still, had Roman Reigns looking good, looking strong, man. Let's make Roman look... And I'm sick of it, folks. I'm sick and tired of this shitty face Roman fucking Reigns. Fastlane can't come soon enough. What do I think will happen at Fastlane? Something that should have happened a year or frickin' ago. They're going to be fighting Strowman and Reigns. I don't know who's going to win. But what I do know is Undertaker's going to get involved. Undertaker's going to stare down Roman Reigns. And what I'd like to see, Roman Reigns hit him with the low blow. Make Roman a heel. Roman heel. I'm not going to say I'm going to love Roman heel, but at least I'm going to be booing somebody that I should be booing. And at least then you're not going to make him look strong all the time, and he can actually do what he's good at, kicking people's ass. Simple as that. Not having to say too much. That's what I want. I'm sick of this stupid, boring Roman Reigns fucking character, whatever the fuck we want to call it. It's staler than Randy Orton. Randy Orton is stale, isn't he? Let's be honest. Maybe not in the Wyatt family. Maybe that's a controversial statement. I don't know. but we'll leave it at that. So, you know, it ended in a no contest? I don't know. But if I'm honest with you, I don't know what the ruling was, but I know basically it was a disqualification or a no contest, something like that happened, which was good because obviously then the tag champs didn't lose. It did it kind of make the tag champs look stupid? It did a little. Not as bad as what they would have done if Reigns would actually got the win, but the fact that Roman Reigns was standing till at the end just kind of made me think. And it's like, you know, I always thought about this when I think it was a New Day faced, I can't remember who it was, about a year ago, and they lost, and it really pissed me off because I thought, this is the elite tag team. Now, I know you're putting elite singles competitors against each other, but the best tag team, the tag champs, should be two singles competitors, even if they're the best singles competitors, because that tag team philosophy, that tag team, combination and chemistry should always be two singles people when they're teaming together, if you see what I mean. Much the same as if the tag champs face off in singles action against the top single guys, your money's got to be on the single guys. It's simple fucking logic. But of course, we know WWE doesn't have any logic. So at this point, the show was guys thinking, oh God, Raw's going to go back to its same old shit. And then the New Day came out and they were talking about the fucking ice cream machine, which I couldn't give a shit about, although I think the entrance to WrestleMania could be great. Although I don't know how they're going to get on the card. I was thinking this the other day. I don't know how the New Day are going to get on the card. I at the moment, with my card, you know, and it changes every fucking day, I can't see them getting on the card. Simple as that. But anyway, they kind of got to because they've got to have this entrance. Or perhaps they're just going to go out and hand ice creams out on what. So KWE said yesterday it's probably going to be a 2-hour pre-show and a 4-hour main show, and I'd love to think that's true. And I say I'd love to think that's true because it's then 6 hours, but I don't. I think it's going to be worse than that. I think it's going to be 2-hour pre-show, so it'll start at about 10 o'clock UK time. I have no idea what time that is Eastern time. I believe that's 5 o'clock. And then the main show will start at 12 and it will go until 5. That's what I genuinely think we're going to get a 7-hour show, and 6 hours of it will be wrestling with kind of filler. So you'll get the Hall of Fame thing. You'll get a performance. Well, no, I didn't mean filler. I meant kind of breaks. Do you know what I mean? Like what the Divas action used to be. It's like a toilet break. Well, we get them with the terrible performance, I'm sure, by Flo Rida. And, you know, the Hall of Fame thing, to be fair, is not a toilet break, so that's harsh to actually say that. Teddy Long inducted into the Hall of Fame. Holla, holla, player. Let's have some tag team action. I love Holla. I love Teddy Long. What a great guy. Well deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. But I think it's going to be a 7-hour show, including the pre-show, which is going to be fun, of course. Oh, God, it's not, is it? No, what was it last year? I feel like last year it started at 10 and it ended at 4 or 5. I honestly can't remember, folks. Even last year's might have been 7 hours. I honestly can't remember. But anyway, it's irrelevant. But they're going to have to have like a 15-match card. The problem they have this year is they've got the sort of 4 elite matches with, you know, what I'd call that are basically going to be non-title. They've got Goldberg and Lesnar, and that could be for the title, but then again, it might not be. Reigns, Undertaker, Triple H, Seth Rollins, and I'm missing one, and I can't think what it is. Shit. I don't know. But anyway, let's just say they've got 3 there. Then they've got the 2 titles, singles male titles. That makes 5. 2 female titles. That makes 7. 2 tag titles. That makes 9. Plus the cruiserweights. That's 10 already. And that's not even, you know, bringing in the Andre the Giant. That makes it 11. The other match that I can't actually remember what it is. Well, possibly Styles Shane McMahon, which has been rumoured, which I actually had completely forgotten about until yesterday when someone, I think it was again KWE brought that up and said, when I was trying to work out how the hell you're going to get Styles on the card. Zane, Joe could even be doing a programme. We're now up to 13. I'm trying to think what else. I feel like I'm missing some. I genuinely feel like I'm missing some. But you see what I mean? We're already up to like 13 matches. And, you know, we're not even trying, really. You know what I mean? I'm not like just adding matches in for the sake of it. Like, genuinely, that's what's going to friggin' happen. Shit! Oh no, I said Randy Orton. Nikki Bella, Miz. Cena, Maurice, that's going to be another match. That's 14. Big Show Shaq, that's 15. 15 matches, and I haven't even really scratched the surface of what you're going to do. And still, you've not got the likes of Luke Harper and Strowman and Ziggler and Zane on the card. Well, you have if we do Zane Joe, I suppose, but otherwise you haven't. You know what I mean? So it's going to have to be like a friggin' 7-hour show. Oh, God. I don't know to be excited about that, to whether to be depressed, so I'm just going to sort of leave it at that and leave everyone else to ponder that very thought. But anyway, did I speak anything about the new... Did I talk about New Day Bo Dallas? I can't honestly remember I did. But basically, Kofi Kingston faced Bo Dallas. I don't think I did. And Kofi Kingston got the win. At one point, I did actually think Bo Dallas was going to win. But to be honest with you, this match was... The only thing I liked about this match is that the fact Kofi Kingston won with the SOS. You know, a variety of ways to win matches. I like that rather than just overusing the finishes and just having them kicked out all the time. That pisses me off ever so slightly. So the fact that we didn't get to see that was pretty good. And yeah, no, a decent way to end a very average segment. And really, Raw hadn't really clicked into gear at this point. And then finally, what everyone was looking forward to in the whole entire world. I mean, I wasn't watching it live, but I can tell you, I bet Twitter was going absolutely mad. Emelina debuted. I mean, this is absolutely no sarcasm at all. I think it's the greatest segment we've ever seen on Monday Night Raw. What the hell was it all about, though? I mean, seriously? I don't know whether this was meant to be funny, whether it was meant to be... I just don't know. I'm still trying to work it out in my head what it was meant to be. But I think essentially what's going to happen is she comes out as Emelina, but now she's going to go back to Emma, which just makes the whole... I don't know how long they said they've been playing this bloody promo thing. I think they said 17 weeks. If that's true, I'm like, good God. Emma's a great in-ring competitor. I think she's one of the top female athletes in WWE. I think she's an incredible wrestler. And I think she, could, as a heel, could be very, very good. Could be the big heel, the big third heel on the show. Which is kind of going to be another problem because they don't really have a good face other than Bayley. Because I think Sasha's a better heel. But anyway, we can sort that out. I suppose Sasha can be she can be a face. She can be a face for now. Until she has to face Bayley. And then she has to become a heel. But, you know, Emma should be featuring on Raw. It makes the Raw division look so much deeper. But with this stupid Emelina gimmick, I couldn't give a crap about her. So they need to scrap this, which they might even have been doing. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And I just don't even want to talk about it. We then got, and at this point, Raw is really quite shit. Jack Gallagher versus... I don't know. Oh, shit. I don't even know his name. I fast-forwarded the match. I knew Gallagher was going to win. He did win. From my fast-forwarding, it looked like an okay match. I'll probably go back and watch it when I'm a bit bored midweek. But as you know, I do skip the Cruiserweight stuff. Because, well, unless it's something really important, and then I might watch it. When I saw Braun Strowman versus Mark Henry. And as I said, at the moment this show is pretty average. This was a decent match. You know, big guy versus big guy. And I don't mean Roman Reigns. You know, a proper, legitimate big guy versus the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. Strowman getting the victory. You know, going Mark Henry, what was I about to say? Putting over Strowman, which is very, very good. Nice to see. And as Henry winds up his career... an incredible career, an illustrious career in WWE. He is a Hall of Famer, not Hall of Painer. Well, he is a Hall of Painer. Painer? Doesn't really make a lot of sense. I'm going to say Hall of Pain, but kind of all... Yeah, anyway. I think Henry's a Hall of Famer. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but I'm 100% sure. That I thought he was actually going to go in the Hall of Fame this year. No, not this year. Last year is what I meant to say there. Because it was obviously in Texas. Was it in Texas? Yeah, of course it was. San Antonio, Texas. Yes, of course it was. I'm going to WrestleMania in the next couple of years. I don't give a fuck. Like, seriously, I'm going to WrestleMania. I want to live in America. That's my dream. I love America. It is such a great country. As much as I love this country, Britain, it is falling to shits, folks. It really is falling to the shitter. And I just worry. I don't want to give up on the country, and of course I wouldn't. I don't know what, again, I've done what I always do in these videos. I've changed topics completely. But America's the dream. I want the American dream. And I want Donald Trump to let me in. Donald Trump's going to let me in. I know he will. Anyway, let's I don't know why I always do that. Anyway, let's get back onto WWE. And yeah, Strowman getting the victory. No surprise there, but a decent match. I don't mind it when these two go, you know, when two giants go 1-on-1. Next week, we've got Giant versus Giant. The Giant. That one being the Big Show versus Strowman. Another great match, another way for Strowman to pick up a victory as he heads to Fastlane and possibly to WrestleMania, where at the moment, the card, he's not on it. And that worries me ever so slightly for Mr. Strowman, who's been booked impeccably since his Monday Night Raw debut. And everybody who's moaning about the squash matches, I always said, be patient. I always said, be patient. When are you guys going to start listening to me? I said it with Corbin, he's going to be something special. You all went, no way. I said it with Strowman. Be patient with these squash matches. Things are going to work out. They did. So the moral of that story, folks, listen to me, because I'm always right. And this kind of marked the start of Raw, really. The first sort of hour or so was shit. Braun Strowman and Mark Henry started Raw, and from here on, it was pretty goddamn good. We got a sit-down interview with Samoa Joe. You know how much I love these, and this one was absolutely beautiful. We saw Samoa Joe's motivations, why he's come to WWE. He was explaining what he's done in the recent weeks, how he's kicking people's arse. Now he's been doing it for years. How he is going to take this Raw locker room and shove it upside down. How Samoa Joe's no fluke, no flash in the pan. This man's been doing it for years. Now he's here in WWE to do just that. If you watch him in NXT, you don't want to doubt it. This guy means business. And his alliance to Triple H means business too. What an absolute great freaking segment. And Samoa Joe is looking freaking awesome. Hoo-hoo. Don't know why I said that. But at the moment, I'm saying this again, Joe's not on the card for WrestleMania. Get him on the card, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. God damn it. Anyway, it was a great segment. Michael Cole, very, very good in this role. Michael Cole's, he doesn't get the credit he deserved. He gets so much shit in his ear all through the show. I think he's a great commentator. I think he's a great servant. And I think when he retires, eventually, he will be, I'm using this word too much tonight, but a WWE Hall of Famer. I don't know why I'm singing. I really am in a strange, odd mood. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's to my Valentine, which is you guys, my subscribers. I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, you know, happy Valentine's Day to my subscribers. Because you know what? Unlike real people, my subscribers don't ever let me down. And that I thank you for. Honest to God, everybody that ever subscribed to my channels, ever clicked on my videos, ever commented on my videos, that continue to support by, you know, many on the FIFA channel, in people like KW on this channel. Honest to God, it does mean the world. I don't know what I'd do without it. I don't know what I'd do without YouTube, and I don't know what I'd do without your support. It really does keep me going, and the tough days are made a little bit better when I know that you guys are out there supporting me. And yeah, I don't want to get all soppy and emotional, but I really, honest to God, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it. I can't thank you enough for all the support, especially you, KWE. You've been supporting me for 7 odd years. Actually, that's probably an exaggeration. 5 years, maybe? 5? I don't know. I'm going to say 5. And, you know, honest to God, from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate it because, you know, I know there's been some bumps in the road and there would have been a lot of times where you could have quite easily have stopped supporting me and quite easily moved on and done something else, but you didn't. You stuck by me, and I really do appreciate that. Because as I say, a lot of people in life, they don't. They, you know, when things go tits up, they get on the train and they fly away. Not, well, that would be a plane, but anyway, on a train they kind of shoot you away. But you didn't. You stuck by me, and I really, really do appreciate that. As I say, you know, the content. Hopefully, it's now finally a point where you're not actually having to sort of go, oh, for God's sake, I've got to watch this, and you're actually enjoying the content. I really do hope that, because I realise, obviously, you know, back in the day with WoW version 1. It wasn't great. So no, but honest to God, I do really, really appreciate it. I don't know why I'm saying this on Valentine's Day. It's just kind of a little bit creepy, so I apologise about that. And I hope you don't find it sad. But anyway, you know, I don't know. Again, I've gone off on a tangent, but again, I just want to say to all my supporters, including people like KW who have supported me from the start, especially to people like him, but to you all, I really, really do appreciate it, and you guys mean the world to me. Let's get back on then to Monday Night Raw after that soppy moment that I decided to have. We then got Rousseff versus Zane. This felt like a fresh match. I was trying to think back, when have Zane and Rousseff faced each other? And someone's probably going to go, they faced each other like 4 weeks, to me, you know, on Snapchat or something. That's another thing I want to thank. I really appreciate the people that support me on Snapchat, Cameron_MC, to these videos as well, sending sort of messages talking about Raw. I really do appreciate that. And, you know, a couple of people reached out and said, oh, I'm really sorry I can't comment on your videos on I haven't got a YouTube account. But I hope, you know, if I can talk to you on here on Snapchat. You know what, guys? I appreciate that. I really, really do. Any way you show your support is much appreciated. Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, it doesn't matter. All your support is so, so much. Yeah, I'm so thankful for it all. But let's get back on the Monday Night Raw, because I really am going off on a tangent. I'm wasting all your time. But this match was very, very freaking good. Rousseff losing, Rousseff has fell a little bit, but he didn't look bad in defeat here. The finish came out of nowhere. It's like Randy Orton, the haluva kick. And I don't think he looked dumb. You know, I know there's going to be a lot of people, oh, Rousseff booked like shit again. And, like, granted, I do to a certain extent see your point, but I don't think he looked bad coming out of this match. When I went on Twitter this morning, I say this after the show, and I always just go on and sort of scroll back to when Raw was going. A lot of people were moaning about this. But for me, he didn't look bad in defeat, and he could quite easily rebound. We need to see the fierce Rousseff again, and hopefully we get to see that post-WrestleMania. Pre-WrestleMania, I wouldn't bank on it, just because of the fact that it's going to be difficult now, because there's not a lot of time, and the card's already, you know, filling out very, very well and very quickly, so I deem it to be unlikely. But Zane getting another big win, beat Chris Jericho the other week, and, he's beaten Rousseff this week. He really is on an unbelievable run of momentum, and I, honest to God, thought he was going to be facing Chris Jericho at, Fastlane, which I was more than content about, you know, absolutely fine with that. But it looks as if WWE have changed their path. And, basically, at the end of the match, Zane's saying, you know, when you get kicked out, it's all about how you get back up. And I always get back up again. He mentioned something about Joe, what he'd said in the interview. And out came Samoa Joe. Well, not actually from the bit where Zane thought he was going to come out. He jumped him. And we saw Joe and Zane start a program, which I really hope goes into WrestleMania. This is a way of getting Joe on the card, getting Zane on the card, and creating a legitimate match of the night candidate. These two will tear the freaking roof off if it has a roof, which I don't think it does. But let's just pretend it has a roof for this, you know, thing that I'm trying to say. Okay, so let's pretend it has a roof. They're going to tear it off. Fucked up there, didn't I? But I loved it. Joe looks like a legitimate fucking badass. And they always book badasses really badly. But they're not booking Joe badly. Zane looks like something special. And yes, I know what some people are going to say. He's just going to get fed to Samoa Joe. But the problem I have with a lot of the way a lot of wrestling fans look at it, it's not a criticism, it's more just what pisses me off, is that and I do it myself sometimes, we always look at the only way a guy can not be buried is if he wins, which is impossible. You know, that then every match someone's going to have someone buried, and you may as well not have any matches. It doesn't, just because somebody loses doesn't necessarily mean they're going to come out looking stupid, they're going to come out looking dumb, they're going to come out being buried. Zane, Joe, if given the time, if the feud hits its real thing, you can have Zane looking like the resilient babyface, looking like a big deal, hanging there with the best of them with Joe. Joe coming out looking strong, overcoming a hurdle, but Zane looking resilient, looking like that babyface that we want to love, who just nearly, just choked, just nearly had Joe's number. It doesn't necessarily, we are too easy to jump on, oh, they're burying this, they're burying that. We've got to start realising, not everybody can win. If we're saying wins and losses matter, we do also have to look at the fact that just because someone loses, it doesn't necessarily mean it's curtains, they've been buried. You can lose well. Now, I know a lot of people know that, but I think certainly on WWE Twitter, you know, the community on Twitter, the internet wrestling community, they're just so easy to say, they lose, they're being buried, which isn't necessarily the fucking case. So, yeah, lighten up, folks, lighten up. I've really got to stop shouting like that, because it really does hurt my voice when I do that voice. But anyway, what was I saying? We then saw, I can't say his name. I know it begins with T, so at least I do know his name. I just can't say it. And then Davari. So the Japanese guy last week debuted, was in action again this week. I don't know whether he faced the same guy. I kind of feel like he did. Did he? No. I don't know. I have no idea whether I can't actually honestly remember. This match, I think I did kind of watch it, but I didn't really watch it that much, because I was kind of making lunch while I was doing it. But it was a decent match, which, of course, the Japanese guy, I can't pronounce his name, won. And And yeah, no, that was, again, Raw was really just flowing nicely at this point. As I say, the first bit was really shit, but it was really flowing nicely. And then we saw the Festival of Friendship. Drink it in, man. Oh, this was great. This was great from start to frickin' finish. I was lapping it up like trifle on a Christmas Eve. I don't know, I don't even have trifle on Christmas Eve. I kind of meant to say Christmas Day, but I'm allergic to Christmas Day at the moment. I was fucking ill on it for the last 2 years. So, yeah, let's forget about that, because that just depresses me. But anyway, it's not all that bad, is it? A lot of people would wish to be able to just, you know... Anyway, I'm not going to go off on a tangent again, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. But this was just fucking awesome. We saw Jericho show Kevin Owens the bit of art that he got. It was shit, but modern art is shit. And then we saw the beautiful, and this was art, the beautiful portrait of Jericho and Kevin Owens. Take it in, man. Oh my god, I want it on my wall. Obviously not now, because what happened after, but I want it on my wall. Oh, it was beautiful. This segment was brilliant. We then saw the Magician. That was hilarious. I mean, this was great. Great telly. Showing Jericho and Kevin Owens are just the chemistry between them is absolutely impeccable, and the work that they have done up until this point, and it might be the last bit of work they do together as best friends, of course it will be, well, it's been an absolutely fantastic ride. And I think a little bit of what Chris Jericho said in this segment, he honestly meant from the bottom of his heart, you could tell. And what happened? Well, Kevin Owens got Chris Jericho a present. Chris Jericho opened the present. It was a new list. But it wasn't all it seemed. On the list had Chris Jericho's name. And it was a list of Kevin Owens. And that's when we saw a moment that legitimately shocked me. Now, I know a lot of people are going to go, I saw it coming. I didn't, which may be that I'm absolutely fucking stupid. But as I say, I was just in this segment. I was in another world. I was there. I was in the ring. I was loving it. Oh my god, I was being pathetic. You should have seen me. Thank God I was home alone. But anyway, yeah, then Kevin Owens turned on Chris Jericho. And we've waited for this moment for so freaking long. And it was better than I expected it to be. It just rocked. Owens looked legitimately, absolutely brutal. He looked like a monster. He looked as good as he looked on the main roster. As good as he's looked as a champion. And I looked at this Kevin Owens. And I said to myself, Goldberg, you're in for a fight at Fastlane. You're in for a fucking fight. Because my boy, Kevin Owens, just beat my other boy, Chris Jericho. And my boy, Kevin Owens, looks like a real good boy. I didn't mean to say good boy. I'm going to say good monster. Shit. Fucked it up again. But oh my god, this segment, I'll watch it like 10 times. I loved it. The festival was great. What a great festival. I don't usually like festivals, but this one was great. And, you know, the climax to what is... Well, it's not really a climax, but the fact that this rivalry is now actually starting. Owens, Jericho... they've broken up. They're legitimately feuding now. Oh my god, what a way to start. It was just freaking awesome. And you have to say, Triple H had something to do with this. Earlier on in the show, Kevin Owens was speaking to Triple H without Chris Jericho. You're not trying to tell me that Triple H didn't say to Kevin, get rid of that dead wood, Chris Jericho. Holy shit, this match is going to be great. Please let it be for the Universal title. Please. Please let Triple H and Samoa Joe save fucking Kevin Owens' ass against God. I'd love to see. I tell you what, I'd love to see. It's never ever going to happen. There's more chance of the fucking moon turning pink. I'd love to see Kevin Owens beat Goldberg clean at Fastlane. In fact, I just want to see Kevin Owens beat Goldberg. Anyway, we then saw Enzo Amore versus Cesaro, and just because Enzo Amore pisses me off, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna shoot from the hip. This guy's a little jerk, and he's pissing me off. He has to go back to the match. He's a weak link in the ring, and Cesaro destroyed him very, very quickly, which is nice to see. So, yeah, now it looks like we've got SAWFT versus Cesaro and Sheamus, or maybe just Big Cass versus Sheamus. I don't know. Interesting, possibilities to go for in that match. And yeah, Raw that was kind of to bring us down after the whole Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho thing. You know, to calm us down. The calm before the storm that was Charlotte versus Bayley. And I was watching a video back the other day, I don't know why, but I just got so bored and I watched it in chipmunk, mode, so I didn't have to hear my voice. And I kept saying Charlotte Flair. And I hate the fact that she's called Charlotte Flair. I just want her to be Charlotte. She doesn't need that Charlotte Flair. She's well within her rights. She's a queen. She doesn't need a surname, if you see what I mean. What a match. Second time the women have main evented Raw, and second time they've done a freaking brilliant job. What a match. What a great just intensity, violent spots, scary spots, legitimately pulled on the heartstrings. I had no idea where it was going. Fantastic near falls. I was eaten up. Slow build at the start, but really got into it. I mean, this was pretty freaking good. And a lot of people criticise the ending. Why couldn't Bayley win clean? But I think she kind of did. I know it sounds stupid, but she kind of did. Dana came out. Sasha, kind of evened things up, and bang, hit her with hit Charlotte with the stretcher. And yeah, Bayley beating Charlotte and becoming the women's champ, which was just a fantastic moment for Bayley. You could see, she is a fan, and you could see that it truly meant the world to her. And I'm very, very happy with what happened. Very great match. Charlotte putting in another great performance. Bayley putting in a very, very good performance. And yes, the women's titles changed hands again, so I suppose some people will criticise that. But it's okay for now. Whoever comes out of it, WrestleMania as a champ, we need a long title reign, at least a fucking SummerSlam, and that can then deal with that. But I do like it. I mean, I do expect Charlotte to win the title back at the pay-per-view. That is a given. Which is kind of makes you think, well, why the hell do this? But at the same time, some will say they wasted this moment on Raw. I say it's nice to get... The thing I have, again, it's when people say, this moment's for WrestleMania, they wasted this moment on Raw. You hear that a lot of times. And I think to myself, you're the same people that say nothing must-see, nothing unpredictable happens on Raw. You can miss an episode of Raw and not really notice. So you can't have it both ways. Either you want all the big stuff to happen at pay-per-views and Raws and that just to be standard shit, which is fine if you're okay with that, but then you can't moan about the fact that nothing new is happening. Or you want a mix of great stuff happening at pay-per-views and some fantastic stuff happening on Raw as well. I think that's the best mix. It makes for unmissable television. It makes for you not wanting to miss an episode of Raw because you don't know what you're going to miss. And Raw, for the third week in a row, they really have picked up their fucking thing since the road to WrestleMania started. Every episode been very, very solid. SmackDown, again, got something to bloody beat next week. Tonight. I had just a bit of a Tourette's attack. But it really is going to have to pick up things, and it's going to have to, try and go one step further and beat Monday Night Raw. But it's nice to know that both shows are rolling very, very well as we are on the road to WrestleMania, Orlando, Florida. Out of 10, Raw gets a solid 7 out of 10. Well, 7.7. 7 out of 10. Let's not be too kind. Some great moments, including the betrayal of Kevin Owens on Chris Jericho. Charlotte Flair losing the title to Bayley, and Samoa Joe kicking Sami Zayn's ass. That's it for the Raw review. I'll be back tomorrow, similar sort of time for the SmackDown review. Have a great day. And until next time, love you all. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye. Peace, motherfuckers. I know why I said that.